morning, everybody. It is Sunday, July the 19th. My name is Marissa, and I am known here and over on Instagram as the Crafty Heifer. So, this one's going to be really short. Most of it's actually going to be quilting haul. I do have some finishes for you, though. So, that's super exciting because I know I've talked about in the past, I didn't feel like, because I chose big projects, I didn't feel like I was getting finishes. I've had 3 finishes in the last couple of weeks. You are going to get 2 videos this week because I had one that I had filmed but I hadn't posted. And then I'm filming this one, which I'm going to put up probably midweek. So yeah, okay, so let's just get started because I know a lot of you guys don't like, live chat. I don't really have a lot of live chat. I go to work and I come home and I stitch or I sew. That's about it. I talk to my friends, on YouTube or whatever, and even this week I needed a bit of a break. I was on empty this past week. I didn't realize how low my tank had gotten until I got there, and I just needed to regroup and have some alone time. So, basically, I have been doing a lot of stitching and a lot of sewing, and it's too hot outside to do pretty much anything unless it involves water. So yeah, I'm staying inside under my air conditioning, which may kick on here in a minute. You're gonna hear it. I know you could hear it in the last video. I didn't realize you could hear my fan as much as you could. It's just too hot, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize in advance if that sound makes you crazy. But let's talk about stitching. So the last time that I talked to you guys, I was working on the banner part of Snow Village by Cottage Needleworks. And I have pretty much a finish on it. There's a couple of things I have to go back in and do later on. Now, I'm intending to add some of the houses and other things to this. I just don't want to do it during Jolly July because as slow as I stitch, that would be the only project that I would get to work on for Jolly July. So, I have Snow Village pretty much finished. I need to go back in and do the French knots for their eyes on the snowman and the buttons. And then I have to do the strings for this banner up here. But I was pretty happy with it. I am real tired of white at this point, which when you see the next project, you will completely understand. But that was Snow Village by Cottage Needleworks. I am using the DMC floss pack from Fat Quarter Shop to do that in, and I really enjoyed having that, all of the flosses there together, and I can just grab what I need. I didn't have to hunt and gather for that one. So I finished that one. It took me about a week because there were a couple of days that I didn't stitch at all, which I mentioned in the last video that if I don't feel like stitching, I'm not going to make myself stitch. And then I showed you guys a piece of fabric that I had dyed, and it was for Glitter Village. My sister, who is Leopard and Lace Boutique here and over on Instagram, and one of my BFFs, Creative Mayhem, also here and over on Instagram. I think she's the Creative Mayhem over on Instagram, and she just posted her first Flosstube last week, and she posted Flosstube number 2 this week, you guys. So go check her out, because, of course, she's my friend, so I think she's amazing. But she started on linen, like as a beginner stitcher. So definitely go check her out. She likes more of the like sampler type things. We have a very different taste in designs, let's put it that way. But the 3 of us back in like May, I think, had decided to do, Mayhem and I had decided to do Snow Village, and my sister Tammy had decided to do Glitter Village. She preferred Glitter Village over Snow Village. And so we're kind of doing this like as a collab, but if anybody wants to join us, it's not like a huge collab. We're not giving away prizes or anything. It was just something fun for us all to focus on during July. So, my sister started with Glitter Village, number 5. And when I spun my wheel, I spun Glitter Village number 5. So we ended up working on the same project this week. So I got to work on Snow Village last week with Mayhem and Glitter Village this week with my sister Tammy. And so this is my finish on number 5. Now I did mess up one of the snowflakes, but I'm okay with it. I I made a couple of changes, and it's really not changes so much as omissions. So there's supposed to be like a garland on this fence, but I actually really like the way the fence looks without the garland. So I'm leaving it as is. I'm not going to put the garland here. And then there's supposed to be like a banner, a bunting type banner up here. I didn't like it at all. So I think what I'm going to do is there is a banner in, or not a banner, a border in Snow Village that is more of like trees and branches, and I actually really like it. So I think I'm going to use that one to do up here. I haven't decided yet. So this glitter village will end up being about 5 houses. I think I have 5 patterns for it. So that's going to be the center. So I did do a center start there. So I hope that made sense, because that was a lot of rambling that I didn't think through. But there we go on that. I love the fabric and the way that the, okay, stop and slow down and try again. I get real excited to talk to you guys every week or every other week, and I just like babble all the thoughts that have been in my head for a week. So when I started Glitter Village, I had dyed that piece, that piece of fabric. I was worried about it being too dark, but then I thought, well, Glitter Village is so pastel, so it'll make sense because that dark and the light, I like high contrast things. So I like the contrast between that white house and that darker fabric. And the fabric is coming out darker on camera than it is actually in person. But I'm loving the way that it looks. So once I get the other houses on there, I think I'll really like that one. I have no idea how I'm going to frame it because it's a long, skinny piece. That'll be fun. That'll be an adventure, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I finished that on Friday night, and I went ahead and spun the wheel yesterday, and it chose Snow Sampler, which was a lot of white. It's like 95% white. I don't want to stitch anything with a lot of white on it right now. Like, I need some color. So I vetoed the wheel's decision, and I went ahead and I started on Santa's List, which is also a Country Cottage Needleworks, which those of you that have been watching, you know that's a theme for Jolly July apparently. I really like the Country Cottage Needleworks Christmas. So this is Santa's List. This is one of the ones that I have been wanting to do since I saw it. So I did that. Now, I was on our Zoom call, our weekly Zoom call on Saturday mornings that I host. If you would like to join, the information will be down below. It's 10 a.m. Central Time. There's some people that I don't think they understand it's Central Time Zone. And so they try to join at like 2 o'clock or noon or something like that. And we're already usually off by then. So it's 10 a.m. Central Time. You'll have to convert to your local time zone. But I started this. Now, I started stitching in hand, and I was trying to stitch only on top the way that some other people do. I don't like stitching in hand, I don't think. I did get some done, which is just the border up at the very top. But that right there is 2 hours worth of work. It shouldn't have taken me 2 hours to do that. So this is a piece of tea-dyed linen from Joann's. It's 32 count, and I'm doing 2/2 on it. So we'll have to see. We're gonna see what we can do about that. I may try to put that, I may go buy a smaller Q-snap, or I was offered a hoop, a plastic hoop to try to use. I may do that. I haven't really decided yet. I've experimented with wooden hoops and I didn't like them. Not really a fan of stitching in hand at the moment. Maybe it's the way I'm doing it. Maybe I just need to get used to it, give it another try. I just haven't decided yet exactly how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to leave that there. But that's what I'm going to be working on this week. That'll probably take me a little more than a week. It's basically 3 smalls put together. So if 2 smalls, which is what the banner was on Snow Village, took me a week, I'm thinking that's probably going to take me about a week and a half if I stitch every single day. So, okay, so we're going to go to a very quick piece of haul because I have stopped pretty much buying things right now. I have everything I need to get me through the next couple of months, so there probably will not be haul in a lot of the following videos, but I went to Dollar Tree this week. I haven't been in a while. And I went looking. I was hoping that their fall stuff would be out because they have some stuff coming out for fall that I would really like to use, or like to have, I should say. But I went ahead and looked around. They did have their school supplies out. So, you know, I got some binders and some pens and things like that that I use at work. And I was walking down the aisle, just kind of pitter-pattering along. It was the middle of the day. There wasn't hardly anybody in there. And I happened to come across this, and I thought this would be perfect to display cross-stitch smalls on, since I was thinking about smalls with all these Christmas ones I'm doing. So this is over in the photo section at Dollar Tree, and it's got these little clips on there so you can hang 2 4x6 pictures, or, as I was thinking, a small, like some of the small Lizzie Kates or some of the small Country Cottage Needleworks that I have. It would be super easy to hang those up and change them out, rotate them out for the season. So I could hang Halloween. I like the black. The black actually matches all my furniture, my end tables, my coffee table, all that stuff is all this black. And so for me, this is perfect, but it would be super easy to take this and spray paint it, or, you know, paint it with chalk paint or whatever to match your particular style. It does have a jute hanger in the back that you could easily, you know, you can put a bow, you can decorate up the corners, you could do lots of things with this. It's basically a blank canvas to hang your smalls on. So I went ahead and got 2 of these. So you might check out your Dollar Tree if you like that idea and see if you can find those. So that was pretty much the haul. Now, my sister, being the amazing person and the amazing big sister that she is, had found some Halloween and Christmas fabric at her local Walmart. Now, our Walmarts have not had any of this kind of stuff. My Walmart is bare. It's real bare. But she had purchased some of it, and then she went back to the store to get me some because I was like, I need some of that in my life. So I've already made up some bags with my Halloween fabric that she purchased, but she did go ahead and get me some black and white buffalo check. And this is a yard worth of fabric. So I have that one. And then she got me this one, which is adorable. And I'll hold it right side up for you. So it's a lovely fall print that I fell in love with. So I have that one. Oh, and I'll be right back. They also have these fall tartan patterns. So this is going to go inside of the pumpkin bag. So you can see together, we thought that was perfect for the inside of that bag. So these are fat quarters and these are yard. And the size that I make my bags that I've been making are, I get 3 bags, 3 big bags out of a yard. And then I started making some pouches last night. So I think I can get a pouch or like an accessories bag or something like that out of the leftovers. But these are fat quarters, so you need 2 fat quarters to make 1 big bag. And I do have some other fabric that I can line with this. It's all, you know, preference, of course. So the next one that she got me is the red trucks, and they did have a couple of different versions of this one. She has a different one than this one that I have. And then to line one of them, she got me this lovely Royal Stewart Christmas type. It's not Royal Stewart, but it's the Christmas tartan that everybody sees all the time. It's got the green in it. So we thought that would be a really good match to go together there. And then I also have some light gray and some dark gray that I can line a different bag with, or some green. But yeah, so those will be made here in the next couple of weeks. I did sit down yesterday. I did a lot of sewing yesterday. So this is the portion of the program that if you're not into quilting or sewing or anything like that, if you would like to leave, like I said, this is going to be very short, you guys. I'm more than likely going to be going to a bi-weekly format just because I can't stitch fast enough to keep up with a weekly format and have enough to really talk about. So you are just happen to be getting 2 this week, and then we'll be going to a bi-weekly Flosstube video. So thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you stick around. So I've got a lot of cute stuff to show you because I kind of went a little crazy. If you saw my last video, I talked about the sewing mat that I had made. So I had found a fat quarter of fabric, and then the other fabric I already had. So this is what the top looks like. So it was this lovely tartan fabric. That was the whole fat quarter. I used the whole thing. And the video that I made this from is here on YouTube, and I will link it below. I had this red already, and so I used the red for my pockets. And then I already had this gray yardage. It was from Walmart. So I used some of it, and I went and bought some black bias tape, and that is what the edges are done in. So it is far from perfect. I used a low loft batting on the inside, and then as you can see, I just quilted in straight lines, and it gave me this lovely diamond pattern. Thank goodness this already had lines on it, because I just followed the lines on the tartan. And I love that it was on the bias there. Is that right? Is that the right term? I think that's the right term, where it's turned sideways. So that is my sewing mat. It hangs off the edge of the table like this. So I can put my scissors, my little clips, everything down in these pockets and have easy access to them. So that was my first major sewing project that I did. And then last night I started, or yesterday I should say, I started making some more bags. So this is some more of the fabric. Let me try this again. I'm getting so far ahead of myself. This is some more of the fabric my sister bought me. So this is the Halloween fabric that Walmart has. I thought it was adorable. So as you can see there, and then on the inside, it is a traditional orange and black polka dot. So all 3 of the bags are the same except for the zippers. So this one has a green zipper in it. This one has an orange zipper in it. And this one has a purple zipper in it. So that way I can tell which one is which. I am going to get some tags, I believe. I'm hoping to find some maybe that are like dry erase so that I can reuse them. The ones that I found at Dollar Tree, you know, once you write on them, they're written on and you can't really do anything. So I would like to have some tags to put on these so I know which project is in which. But I did go ahead last night and I kitted up. These are all Halloween projects for All Ghost August that we're going to be starting. So I went ahead and started getting those kitted up. But all 3 of those bags came from a yard of the red, or the, let me try that again, a yard of the orange and black and a yard of this Halloween print out here. So, and they are 16 by 13, so they'll hold an 8.5 by 11 or an 8 by 11 Q stamp. And then I got inspired because once I got my 3 bags done, I had scraps left. And I was looking and decided, hey, you know, they have those pouches and they're great for small projects. So I have a lot of these like Country Cottage Needleworks, Little House Needleworks, these, you know, smaller projects. And so I went ahead and made a pouch out of my leftovers. So this is a different Halloween fabric I had bought a fat quarter of, and I'd cut it too short for a bag. I miscut. And so I just took some of my inside fabric that was leftovers, sewed it onto that one, which is still super cute fabric. And then on the inside, I just put some of the light gray that I used for my lemon bags. And that's a perfect size pouch. These are all a little bit different sized based on what size of scraps that I was using, but these are great scrap busters. If you just have a little bit, you can sew them together to make them, you know, big enough to do these with. This one I did put interfacing in, but the rest of them I didn't. I really wanted to see the difference. I don't really notice a difference. So I did those. Now the rest of these are, well, besides this one, this is the same as the black fabric. It's just in this lovely tan color. So you can see there, the inside of that one is something I'd found at Joann's on clearance, and it's like an orange based swirly thing. I don't know what to call it. But anyway, so there's that one. And then the rest of these are Christmas fabrics that I've had for forever. So we have gingerbread men with a red inside. We have some snowmen with a fat quarter that I had purchased that looks like that on the inside. And then we have two of these. So you can see this one is they were strips. They came in a strip. And I cannot remember who the maker is. And of course I've cut off everything that would help me know that. But I've had this fabric literally for about 10 years. I put the gingerbread men on the inside of this one, but these were perfect for the pouches. And then I put, this is the same thing, backwards. You can see I got off. This one was really crooked. I really couldn't get it straightened up. And then I put some more of that green fabric on the inside of there. So, and you can see this one has the fabric and the pattern for snow sampler. So it's really nice to just slip those down in there. Everything fits. I can just pop in my bendy flips in here. It's perfect, you guys. Like, it works really well. And then besides sending me fabric, my sister did send me a couple of Christmas charms. So I have this lovely Santa, if he'll stop swinging. And then she made this one for me to put on my Christmas bags. That's like a little gift, a little present. So that is pretty much all that I have, you guys. I'm gonna make some more pouches. I do have some fabric coming. I was listening to Bendy Stitchy, Michelle Bendy Stitchy, and she was saying that Allison Rosen, as a crafty girl, had some, she was clearancing, or not clearancing, she was destashing a lot of the fabrics that she had. So I did order several different yardages from her, and those should be here hopefully in a couple of weeks. They shipped yesterday, so I'm thinking probably next week. They should be here, so I'll have a lot more fabric to play with. There were all kinds of different prints and solids and all of that kind of stuff. I would like to maybe make a quilt for Christmas, for a Christmas gift and things like that. So like I said, I've been really into the sewing. I'm still stitching, but that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've had Hamilton in my head for like weeks now. It's just like earworms in my head, and I just hear them all the time, and that's okay. There are worse things that I could have earworms than Hamilton, right? I'm not going to watch it again because I'm trying to get it out of my head, but yeah, it's real, you guys. It's real. So I'm going to go back to crafting today and decide what I want to do. I did take a nap yesterday, and that was lovely. And then I have to adult and clean my house and do laundry and get ready for the work week. Unfortunately for everyone, tomorrow is Monday. However, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I would like to know down below if you will leave me a comment, please, and let me know how you found me, because I think somebody's probably mentioned me, and I don't want to miss anybody. I want to make sure that I can thank people if they do mention my channel. I hope that you go check out Creative Mayhem, because she is awesome, and I hope that you all have a great week. Until we meet again, happy stitching. Bye, guys.